من ناصر خادمی هستم. می‌خواستم شما رو با خودم به
I am Nasser Khademi. I want to take you with me to a moment in the history of the organization, to May 2nd, 1982. At that time, I was 1.5 years old and was living with my parents and grandmother in a house in the Nasser Khan neighborhood of Tehran. My father was the martyr Hamid Khademi, a member of the Mujahideen and a political prisoner during the Shah's regime. He was an engineer, a graduate of Sharif University of Technology. My mother, Farishteh Azhari, was also a student at the university and a political prisoner during the Shah's era.
مادر بزرگم هم ایران بزرگان بود که اون موقع اومده بود تهران از مشهد که هم مراقب من بشه هم کمک‌کار پدرم.
My grandmother, Iran Bazargan, had come from Mashhad to Tehran at that time to take care of me and help my parents. On that day, some of my parents' friends had also gathered at our house. The regime had discovered the location of our home and started surrounding it.
بعد از اینکه خونه رو محاصره کرد، شروع کردم به شلیک به سمت خونه با مسلسل، موشک RPG و نهایتاً با هلیکوپتر. خونه ما رو
After they surrounded our house, they began firing at it with machine guns, RPGs, and even targeted the house with a helicopter. Later, I was told that parts of the ceiling and walls had collapsed due to the impact of the missiles. The doors and walls were riddled with bullet holes.
و تو اون خونه همه کسایی که بودن شهید شدن و تنها کسی که زنده موند من بودم. مادرم منو تو یک قسمت
In that house, everyone present was martyred, and the only one who survived was me. My mother had hidden me in a part of the house to protect me from the attack. One of the Mujahideen mothers, who had managed to sneak past the guards and get into the house, said that she saw everyone in the house had been killed and thought I was dead too when the guards found me.
و بعد دست منو گرفته بودن از بازو بلند کرده بودن که منم جابجا بکنه که اونجا تازه فهمیدن که من زنده‌ام.
They lifted me up by the arm, thinking I was lifeless, only to realize that I was still alive. They wrapped me in a blanket and carried me out, so that the neighbors who had gathered around the house wouldn't see that there was a child inside. They then wrapped me again and took me to Amir al-Mominin hospital.
توی بیمارستان امیرالمومنین همون شب
That same night, at Amir al-Mominin hospital, a doctor performed surgery on me because of the injuries to my head and face, the scars of which I still have today. After the surgery, the guards wanted to take me to prison. This was common practice with the children of Mujahideen members, whose parents were martyred. They would take them to prison, intending to raise them as they saw fit, leaving their fate uncertain.
ولی خب خوشبختانه کادر درمان و پرستار اونجا اجازه رو به پاسدار ندادن و گفتن این تازه عمل شده و باید تحت مراقبت باشه.
Fortunately, the medical staff and nurses at the hospital did not allow the guards to take me away, insisting that I had just undergone surgery and needed proper care. The hospital staff kept me there for about a week or two until my relatives managed to locate me. When they found me, they worked with the hospital staff to get me out of there, preventing the guards from taking me to prison.
تا الان ما خیلی تلاش کردیم ببینیم که محل دفن پدر و مادر بزرگم کجاست، ولی تا این لحظه هیچ
To this day, we have made many efforts to find out where my parents and grandmother were buried, but we still have no information about their graves. We only know that they were buried in one of the mass graves in Kavaran, but no one knows the exact location.